Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of Adam Bergman's Moneymakers. Today I wanted to talk about PALANTIR. I wanted to show you some of the financial slides that came out of the last quarter earnings in preparation for the May 9th earnings, which I will be broadcasting live on this specific channel. I want to show you where we are lacking and I want to show you where we are doing good. The intent of this specific video is show you the financials and hone in on a couple of key points, and two, show you what we're doing currently in today's environment, including today an article came out, how we are actually shoring up one of those weaknesses. And after this video, hopefully we can make some sense with the broader picture in the medium term of what Palantir is trying to do en route to its global domination of the #1 AI data analytics platform, not company, platform in the world. This is called the commercial momentum. You have the total commercial momentum and then you have the US commercial momentum. The total commercial momentum was 200%, but the US commercial momentum was 371%. What does this tell you? That we have a significantly stronger US generated market than we have in the broader international market. That means we are weak in the international commercial market. This is our government momentum. As you can see, our government momentum went from 76% to 66% to 34% to just 26% in quarter 4 of 2021. If you go a little bit lower, you can see customer count. This is government customer counts. In quarter 4 of 2020, we had 90. 1 year later, we still have 90. However, what a lot of analysts are not looking at, and what a lot of people are not going to tell you, including the famed Kathy Wood, is that this number right here, net dollar retention, keeps growing. What exactly is net dollar retention? That means that every existing client that we have increases their contract or gives us additional contracts, which increases our total revenue from the existing customers that we have. There are several ways to grow your business. The first way of growing your business is to get a brand new customer. The second way of growing your business is internally. So there's two ways to grow your business. One is external, which means you're grabbing customers from the outside of your company that you don't already have. And the second way is internal growth, which means you are maximizing the revenue from your existing clients as much as possible, which is what's happening to Palantir. They're maximizing their contracts. Why? Although it's a little difficult to get new contracts, we are great at not losing clients. So once you use the Palantir platform, it's very hard for you to leave and use somebody else. Once you have a clear-cut #1, it's very difficult to go to a very, very, very distant #2. I believe that going into this next earnings call, and more importantly, the one after that one and the one after that one, quarter 3 and 4 of this year and quarter 1 of 2023, we will see a large increase in both domestic and international government contracts. I'm not just flapping at the gums, and I have a reason to shore up this thesis. If you remember, approximately a week ago, I put out a video that says that the NHS is gonna award a £240 million contract worth roughly 313 million US. Now, Palantir already has a contract with the NHS, a very questionable contract that a lot of people gave a lot of backlash for worth £23 million. And this was given during COVID. Palantir had an access to a lot of records, and a lot of these weird people thought that this is bad, and we don't want Palantir to have access to data, because for some reason people think that we are still in the Ice Age or medieval times where data does not exist. These people fail to see the larger picture, that Palantir does not keep your data. Palantir processes raw data into processed data and preemptively thinks what you need in order to save lives. These same people are not paying attention to the amount of lives that Palantir helped, to the amount of lives Palantir saved, and to the unbelievable amount of mass data points that only Palantir was able to keep in check. The contract will be announced in the summer. People are thinking that Palantir will get this contract. if Palantir can lock up a $300+ million contract, this is going to be one of the largest contracts that they have locked up, both domestically and internationally or commercial, period. It is an absolutely massive contract since most Palantir contracts are only $6.5 million on average. So then you're going to say, Adam, well, how are they supposed to get this contract if so many people hate on them, if so many people don't like them? They recently hired a new AI data chief. I'm going to read you this article from Bloomberg that just came out today. Remember that the NHS says the reason that they're spending so much money is because they want to modernize the NHS system in order to be able to process a maximum data points at maximum efficiency. And how does Palantir guarantee efficiency? They reduce drastically your inefficiency. Palantir hires AI chief from UK's NHS as it bids to expand. Peter Thiel's US data firm bids for a $313 million NHS deal. The company plans to almost double UK staff number this year. Indira Joseph quit as director of AI for the NHSX in March, saying it was, and I quote, "time to take a break before moving on to my next challenge." Well, it seems like the next challenge was actually working for Palantir, a US data technology company founded by Peter Thiel, who was also partners with Mr. Elon Musk, who was also one of the co-founders of PayPal. Peter Thiel was also the first outside investor of Facebook and also the first outside investor of SpaceX. Seems like Peter Thiel is a really smart guy. The move may raise concerns about a conflict of interest since Palantir is competing for a UK contract to manage the database for the NHS. The work may be worth £240 million or $313 million and would deal with a new federated data platform to deliver transformational improvements across the NHS. As head of artificial intelligence at NHSX, Doshi was instrumental in driving NHS deals with tech firms. She signed contracts and oversaw a £140 million grant program to fund private companies that are developing AI to improve diagnostics in areas such as breast cancer. The grants come with special access to NHS patient databases. A Palantir spokesperson said that the company was delighted that India had agreed to join the team, which we are aiming to grow by 250 people in the UK this year. Currently, Palantir has 600 people in the UK. They want to increase it to around 850 people. Palantir is super aggressive with their expansion. Palantir heard all of us, the shareholders, how we want more marketing. We want more headlines. We want more pizzazz and bang for your buck. Because as I always say, if a tree falls in the forest but nobody's there to hear it, does it make a noise? Technically it does. But if that noise doesn't cause any ripple effects, well, then it didn't actually help you in one way or the other. They want headlines. They want to make things happen. By hiring people like this, they are most definitely ensuring that they will be getting this contract. If they lose, I would actually be shocked. But with this hire, it's almost like they're absolutely ensuring that they're going to get this contract. And it is a very vital contract that we absolutely need to close out. Because at a multi-$10 billion market cap, it's very difficult to move the needle. But a $313 million contract will for sure shut the haters up and show people that we're still strong in the government sector. And more importantly than the domestic government sector, the international government sector. Article ends saying, huge sums of money for UK taxpayers are currently being invested in the life science industry with a particular focus on AI. Josie set up and was the director of the NHS AI Lab, a £250 million project to deliver AI-driven technology into the UK health system. Its budget included the £140 million grant program. This reminds me, eerily similar to what Palantir did, and they have a federal advisory board, I made a video on it, of ex-Secretary of States, ex-generals, ex-admirals, and very extremely high-ranking officials in the United States government. These officials were literally one level before the president. It is amazing what Palantir is able to do. Now, all these people work as a consulting position, but they get paid, and Josie gets paid, but all of these people are hired not for their expertise, although that does most certainly help. These people are hired, make no mistake about it, for when they come to the door and they knock, they make sure that they actually have the key to open up the door and walk right in. You see, it's very important to never forget, it's not always about what you know, although that is extremely important. But once you have the goods, it's most certainly about who you know, so that who you know can actually see, hear, smell, feel, and touch what those goods are. And if they can do that, and you can link up together, well, then you're going to have a very, very successful symbiotic relationship between a customer, a government, and the company providing the goods, which in this case is Palantir. Palantir is a massive company with massive opportunities. Palantir actually signed up 3 more government contracts over the course of the last week or so. But I'm going to save that for a completely different video. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just an entertainer and educator at best. Do whatever you got to do. Do whatever you don't got to do. Don't listen to anybody, including YouTubers as myself. You stand on your own 2 feet as a grown woman or grown man. And if you're not grown, don't watch my channel, because this is minimum 18 years old to watch. Thank you very much. Don't forget to give me the likes, the shares, and the subscribe if you're feeling my type of content. Palantir to the mother effing moon.